Full democracy. For all you Helldiver fans out there, this one is called For Democracy or Democracy 4132. It's a super tactic designed to blow your opposition away. The tactic maker of this won 6 trophies in the first season with Man City with no transfers made. Bournemouth from 17th media prediction to finishing 6th, qualifying for the Europa League. And Tottenham media prediction 7th to finishing 4th in the Champions League. It's kind of funny how Tottenham don't grow that much. Now, this tactic did have a video with it, so definitely check it out. It's basically how he created the tactic and what's in the tactic and how it did for his teams. Very similar to what we're doing here, just with different teams. So you can actually compare how did his teams do against ours. But overall, it's looking very attack-minded. So you really need a back line that actually does some good. We'll see how it does with our 3 teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. But I have a feeling Liverpool is going to do fairly well with this style of a tactic. Might as well just check it out then. Well, as we look at the table itself, you can see Liverpool did a fantastic job with this. 126 goals for 95 points, topping the charts. That is great. Aston Villa, about 11 points down, 114 goals, second in the league, still doing a fantastic job. How did Liverpool do in their domestic cup run? Well, unfortunately, out in the Carabao Cup 4th round against Aston Villa, 4-all in penalties. And then FA Cup quarterfinal 3-6, well, against Aston Villa again. And unfortunately in the Europa League, they are out in the round of 16 against Feyenoord, and that's it. So overall, Premier League fantastic. It's the cup runs that just weren't. It's kind of sad to see. I mean, we'll see what that does with the squad-wise, but goals, 34 for Jota, wow, 26 for Nunez, Salah with 23, Gakpo with 20. So you got a lot of players up front that can score some goals. Assist-wise, 19 for Trent, 16 for McAllister. I mean, you got a lot of double digits there. And then average rating 7.35 for Jota. That is probably one of the best seasons we've seen from him. But overall, there's definitely some green missing. But of course, you've got players like Szoboszlai, who's, only starting 14 matches. You don't really have that midfield there. So, what are you going to say to them? As we switch to Aston Villa, who did a fantastic job in the table this season, unfortunately losing out in the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg after drawing the first against Arsenal. But FA Cup, you get to the final, and, FM, come on. Arsenal every single time, but you lose out to Arsenal again in the FA Cup final. But you do have a fantastic run through Europe. Fiorentina, extra time whopper, a 5-2 win in the Europa Conference League final. So overall, 3rd place in the division is fantastic mark. Conference League winners, a great trophy. FA Cup, you do get the runners up. That's not bad at all. Carabao Cup semifinals, I think this is a pretty successful season for Aston Villa. And you can clearly see it in the amount of green there. But goals, you have 34 for Moussa Diaby, 33 for Watkins, Ramsey with 24. Again, a fantastic amount of double digits there, especially in the assist category. Matty Cash with 18 and Alex Moreno with 15. Average rating, Emiliano Buendia with a 7.52. He only had 7 appearances, but a 7.40 for Moussa Diaby. Still pretty damn nice. But as we're seeing, Arsenal is such a massive part of this season for some odd reason. I just wanted to take a look at their squad, and look, Zinedine Zidane is head coach. I don't know why. And if we look at their list of head coaches, Arteta left in April. Jack Wilshere came in as an interim head coach for the next month, and then Zinedine Zidane came in and took over from May on. It's just a weird one, but they got to cut through him, 4 through Arteta, and he's still left. He was fired. I don't get it. Data Hub for Liverpool is through and through attacking, absolutely through the roof. Passing percentage is slightly down though. That's interesting to see. And if we look at Aston Villa's, again, through the roof, even better shots per game. And again, passing percentage is a little down. But how did it look on the Premier League stats? Most goals, Liverpool and Aston Villa in 1st and 2nd, as we saw before. Fewer shots against, Liverpool in 5th. Most possession, 6th and 8th. 52 and 54%, definitely lower than normal. Liverpool in 8th with most dribbles made, most tackles won, not there. Best pass completion, not there. But most shots for 2nd and 3rd. Aston Villa finally pipping Liverpool to something, but that is where we end it. And how did our championship side of Ipswich Town do? Well, 1st place, 108 points, 1 off of Southampton. A fantastic roll there. 165 goals. That is insane. That really has to be the highest amount of goals, not only in the league ever, but in any of our tactics before. This did a fantastic job for them. Well, we know they didn't get the domestic runs that they wanted all the way to the final, but out in the Carabao Cup second round against Millwall 1-2, and then out in the FA Cup quarters against, well, Arsenal. But overall, a fantastic season for Ipswich Town in the championship. First place by, I mean, still only 1 point, but still, I mean, 93 is place number 3. So I think you did a fantastic job. Knocked out in the quarters by Arsenal in the FA Cup. A great one there. Carabao Cup kind of sucked, but oh well. And you could see some green numbers there as well. 40 goals for George Hurst. Now we're freaking talking. 22 for Wes Burns, Chaplin with 20. I mean, a great job by those front three. Even 10 for Broadhead. Assist-wise, 23 for Leif Davis. Wes Burns was 17. Not bad at all. And then George Hurst with a 7.54. This tactic really brought him and Leif Davis together and just head and shoulders above the rest. I will say it's kind of funny that the better that Ipswich Town does in the league, the fewer areas they are here. Obviously, most points per game, but most goals, 165, is clear winners. No question about it. Most dribbles made all the way down in 7th with 754, and then most shots for in 1st with 760, and that's it. So let us take a look at this tactic itself. What a whopper we have. Sweeper, keeper, and defend is where you start. Complete wingbacks on the left and the right, both in attack. Ball playing defenders in defend on both sides. A ball winning midfielder in defend on the midfield line. Inside forward and attack on the left, and then inside forward and support on the right. Shadow strikers in attack, and then advanced forwards in the front in both spots. Only one with individual player instructions though. Positive mentality. In possession, attacking with is fairly wide. Approach play, pass into space. Overlap on the left and the right, and play out of defense. Passing directness is shorter. Tempo is higher. Low crosses in the final third and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the fullbacks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. But now, how did this do for our 3 teams? I mean, Ipswich Town doing a fantastic job. That 165 is just an insane tally. George Hurst doing an amazing goal season this year. I mean, that is through the roof. But we go to Liverpool and Aston Villa. Yeah, they're having a fantastic season themselves. 126 goals, way down from 165, but still fewer games and all. Aston Villa in 3rd, doing fairly well as well. So I think overall this tactic has done an amazing job. Definitely check it out. See what it does for the lower side teams as well. But it looks like our teams, Aston Villa and Ipswich Town, both supposed to be around 10th place. Liverpool in about 2nd. It's worked for all of them. So anyway, that's it for me, Stefan FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.